that's unfortunate.
Which is what's unfortunate. Hey. What's up? Welcome to episode 267. Sorry, I don't know where I'm at my mental math here, but we are live in studio. As you can see, I've got myself, Robert Solomon with me, my co-hostess with the mostest, Spider, aka John Moxley.
Hey.
So what's going on? Yo, Zach, what's up, man? What's going on with you, buddy? Welcome. Cheers to you, Zach Attack. Cheers to you, buddy. We're just hanging out talking about the Eclipse. Now, Zach saw the Eclipse. We talked about it. He got a couple cool pictures of it. He showed me today at work. I said, that's pretty cool, man. So yeah, he got a couple pictures out of it. Yes, sir. It's all love. It'll always be love. You're a solid dude. Got a lot of love for you. So what did you do for the Eclipse?
Well, we went down because we're in Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio. We went down to Monument Park, which is by the McKinley Monument for President McKinley. And it was all wide open, and you could see it like straight over your head from where we were sitting. And we weren't supposed to get, we were supposed to be just outside the totality range, but we got the whole thing. Like, it was completely covered. I took my daughter down there. We had folding chairs. We got the glasses, and we got to see the whole thing.
The glasses were cool because when you put the glasses on, you could see the sun or the moon went its way over the sun, and then complete totality darkness for 2 minutes, a minute and some change.
All the street lights came on, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Nothing like that has ever happened in my lifetime that I can remember.
When I was a kid, a long, long time ago, in school, like in elementary school, there was an eclipse.
Was it a lunar or a solar?
It was a solar. Because they gave us all little, they gave us this shaded glass. I think it was like plexiglass or something. It wasn't real glass, but they gave us these shaded things to hold up and look up at it because they didn't have the goggles and the glasses and stuff at the time for whatever reason. And I remember that, but I don't remember if there was another one between that and now. I'm sure there was one somewhere, but maybe not. The next one of these isn't supposed to come up till 2044.
2067,
Ooh.
I believe. 2060 something. 2067, I think. And that's like 40 years from now. So we'll both be older men. Like, probably old men.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, we'll both be there. Well, if we make it that far.
I'll make it that far.
Well, I plan on making it. If you will make it, I'm going to
Now it's going to be a competition.
We both going to come back buff, built, buff, jacked. Yeah, it was pretty awesome, Zach. I enjoyed it. I know he enjoyed it. My son got to enjoy it. We had our little Eclipse classes. When you were a kid, though, you didn't see totality, did you? Because totality hasn't been over the state in a long time.
Well, this was in Pennsylvania. So I don't know. I remember seeing it and seeing the thing, although I don't have any images in my head of the exact what happened. So I just remember there was an eclipse. We had the thing. We had to protect our eyes.
Yeah, because you can't look at it. Don't look at it.
Unless you're Trump. He can look.
Don't do that.
Because he did.
I know.
That one time.
I would not have looked.
I'm not saying anything pro or against. I'm just saying he did.
He did look.
That's all. That's just fact.
I would not have looked. I did not look. I guess they say you can go blind from it.
Yeah. Because the corona, it's like when you put your thumb on the end of a hose and the water just gets stronger around the outside of where your thumb's at, like the jet stream. It's like that with the light, like the light waves, so it increases.
But I guess you can look at it during totality.
Yeah, because then it's actually going out along the side.
Yeah, because you couldn't see totality with the glasses. No. You had to take the glass off and look at totality. And it was pretty legit. Like, it was solid, coolest 2 minutes of my life so far. And that's saying a lot because I had some cool moments. But that was cool, man. Could you imagine being 1,000 years ago and being on a whole other continent and being like, what is going on here with this?
Things went sideways for people a lot of times back then. Like, there's been battles that were fought, and then when an eclipse happened, the battles ended. Or there's been times when, like, people were out in the fields and there's eclipse. It's like, oh, it's the wrath of the gods. They're after us and things like that. Like, it's always been a huge event. And as much as people were just like, oh, well, whatever, this year. It means something. It still means something to people.
We have this bitter person that I know, and they were adamantly against it. adamantly.
I knew people who were just like, "Well, it was just a dud. It was whatever. I don't see the big deal." I'm like, "You don't think it's awesome? It's cool. Look at it. It might not change your life forever, but it's cool."
Yeah, it's like something that this is not go. You won't live to see it again unless you
Yeah.
move somewhere
You
that
don't
has
gotta
another
be
solar
like,
eclipse.
you don't gotta be like, "This is the greatest thing ever. I'm
No,
always gonna be changed by the eclipse." But it's cool.
I mean, unless maybe the eclipse changed you.
Yeah, in which case, good. Maybe you need to be changed by the eclipse.
Maybe Quetzalcoatl will finally change you. Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, I don't understand everybody's like, I'm just glad it's over. I can't wait till it's over. I don't want it to be an eclipse anymore. It should never be an eclipse. Yeah, like, what are you mad about? Why are you so bitter in your
Go
life?
home, son.
Moon, get out of the way. I got to go to work.
I'm trying to get a tan.
Even if I'd have been at work, I'd have went outside and looked up. I still would have went to see the totality. I would have had to. I'd have been like, "Excuse me, I need to go outside. I'll be back in like a minute. I'll be back in 5 minutes."
This is my designated smoke break that I don't need, but I'm going to take.
Yeah, because I need this. I need to see the sun. I need to see the moon move in front of the sun. So I do want to say something funny that I saw on the internet the other day, and somebody said that the moon is translucent and transparent, and what you're seeing is not in fact the moon, but rather two ancient celestial bodies that are moving around the earth that they do not. I know. I think I felt. I think I felt when I had to read it.
They're not the moon.
They're not the moon. If I can find it again, I can find it again. I'll show you. I'll send it to you. It's a whole map. It's like there's two celestial bodies that move independent of the moon and the sun, and they all cross paths. So that's where you had the eclipse.
Wouldn't those be moons?
I did not. No, they're supposedly planets. I want to say Ketu, and the other one began with an R, and I could be wrong about the first one. And because it was like my brain stopped working for a hot second. I'm like, I looked at the map, like, okay, I'll lend my ear to theories. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to abide by them. But yeah, so there was that. I was like, what? But yes, they said that the sun is orbiting around two other bodies of.
Oh, the sun is orbiting around. Oh, okay, so we're medieval now.
Or it wasn't the sun, but the way it looked, like the way it every of the this planet and this planet did like a weird. I can't even explain it.
So we're post flat Earth, but we're pre Earth revolving around the sun.
I don't know.
Listen,
you're asking me questions I don't have the answer to. Here, let me see if I can pull it up. All I know is when I saw this thing, I was like, "What? And why?" Right? Like I couldn't.
Nibiru?
No, I would have recognized Nibiru. I'd be like, "Oh, you okay? The Nibiru theory, got it. Okay." While I don't buy it, I still think it's quite interesting, nonetheless.
Well, even that isn't actually in Earth orbit. It passed through Earth's orbit, supposedly.
All right, hold on. I got to find this because, like I said, it's not that I don't think that it's legit. I mean, I don't think it's legit. Let me see here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's fire. Oh, New Hampshire. Oh, that's right, because New Hampshire is part of that. I got to find it. Hold on. I'm going to show you. Okay, so let me start by showing you this. Let me get your disgruntled opinion on it. So that's the first thing that I saw. Okay. All right. Hold on. There's more.
Why would they think it's
okay
during the day?
Okay. Hold on. Rahu and Ket. Did I get it right? Ketu. Okay. I'm going to send you this. We're going to have a laugh. Look at the first picture, the top picture. That's what I'm telling you about. Don't get confused by the yin and the yang that are over top of the earth. All right? Do not. We're gonna wait because I need to see what his. Oh, look at this! Here's Deadpool, aka our intern. I heard there was a party, but it got eclipsed by a bad cell signal. There it is. He will be with us on this Friday's episode of this Uncanny We'll be talking about labyrinths.
Where's the evidence of these other things out here, though?
That's the fun part. There's
like
not.
made them up. There's like, oh, this thing is a thing that's translucent like the moon, but it's not the moon. Okay.
When the person was asked about said proof, they said, you got some articles for us? Do you got some scholarly things for us to
even
look
some
at?
observations or anything like? Did you see something?
Do you have some stuff to look at? And he said, no, it's all word of mouth and stuff that I have seen.
Yeah. Well, that's
so. To recap, my hilarious adventure, because I always get on these weird I don't know, I web surf at like different intervals of the morning time. And this morning I woke up, I didn't feel good. I haven't felt good for a long time. I just didn't feel good today mentally, so I was like, let me scroll. It's tough though, because a labyrinth has a center, and if you put your hand on the wall, it'll lead you there. But a maze is different because a maze has many ways out. Or many different branching paths. As a labyrinth only really has one path.
Mazes take that path. A labyrinth has a purpose.
Unless you're in a corn maze in Worcester.
You're saying those aren't fun?
No, I'm saying it has a purpose.
Oh.
You get a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, but that's a made-up purpose.
But you had fun, but it's a purpose. It's the made-up purpose. There's no purposes. It's not really made up. I'll take you sometime. Bring your daughter. It's a big old corn maze on a farm. And it's great. They have all kinds of cool farm toys. They've got I kid you not, they've got a corn pit. It's kernels of corn and the kids playing it. Which isn't scriptural, but I won't get into that. I will not get into that. I won't do that here. Nah, it was perfect here. It was rainy and cloudy in the morning because I was at work, and then when I got off work, it all of a sudden just cleared up. So I went outside about totality was at at 3:12. So I went outside at 2:45 because I went out right when it started. I just sat there. Sun came out. We were because everybody in this area had the day off. Schools closed and everything. It was a major event. It was a major event for us. This is a major event. This won't come around again until I think 2060. Look that up. Let me know when the next solar eclipse is in Ohio of totality. Totality. I like that word. Medieval labyrinth is a thing. I didn't realize how intricate. Yeah. And there's usually a treasure in the middle or the Minotaur. Let's see. I'm a fan of the Minotaur, by the way. Cretan labyrinths are fascinating to me. And there's supposedly labyrinths in Egypt under the temples. Should I say pyramids? There's no dead bodies in the pyramids. Well, yikes. People are going to think I'm a conspiracy theorist. They didn't find them because the planets were orbiting at the same time and they sucked the people out of, I don't know.
Let's see.
We're waiting on our eye in the sky over here.
Continue reading on the app. No.
I don't want to read on the app. I want to read now. As you can tell, my hair's getting longer. I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know.
Europe is going to see a total solar eclipse in 2026.
Ooh, that's 2 years.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked.
I know.
Thank you for that tidbit of info, though.
Continue reading on the app. No. Everybody wants me to read on the app, and I said no.
You can just Google when the next solar eclipse in Ohio is.
I use Google.
What are you using now?
Bing. I'm gonna bing it.
Alrighty, Ambrose.
Moxley.
His nickname's John Moxley. Y'all probably know who that is, but it makes me laugh in my soul. We had to do unicorn hair in another 2 years, which I will not be doing. I'll not be doing any of that. This hair is not to be trifled with. This is where my power comes from. And then once I cut it, it'll be a rejuvenation. So 4 years, about 4 years. See you in 4 years, which will be 2028. No, yes. I thought it was 2022 for a hot second there. 2028 will be the next time I cut the top part of the hair. So I can just do this. I want to be able to do this and it just flows lusciously. Luscious locks is what they will call it. He will not call it that. I will not stand for that.
The next solar eclipse to move through Ohio will be in 2099.
Is that totality?
No. The next total won't be until 2444 for our area.
Damn, are you sure? So there won't be another one in 40 years.
Well, the next total solar eclipse that will travel over Akron, Cleveland, and the rest of Northeast Ohio will be 2444. And this is from USA Today.
It is your thing, which is why I cannot co-op your thing. It is your thing. 2444.
2444.
2444.
Yeah.
2444. 2444. So yeah, you will not see. I hope all you complainers are like, God, there's no more solar eclipse is gonna happen in Ohio for another. Honestly, I could care less. I loved it. It was cool. I enjoyed it. It was something like it was a. They're in 75 years, I think, is what a lot of YouTube videos tell them. But you know about YouTube videos, you'll end up thinking that Ketu and what was the other one?
Rahu.
I can't with you.
Rahu
and Ketu. I mean, we don't want the
just pull these random Egyptian sounding names. They must be true. They're from Egypt.
Look up when there'll be a total lunar eclipse in Ohio. I think I've only seen one once when I was a child.
We had one not too long ago when Annabelle was small. It was late. It was in the middle of the night and it was cloudy. So we barely saw some of it, but we caught some of it. It was like real late. It was 11 midnight, something like that.
My dad took us on the roof of our old house that I was basically a very young child, toddler in. He put a ladder on the roof and he took us up, and we climbed up the roof and climbed up the ladder and sat on the roof of the house and watched the eclipse happen.
The next penumbral.
What's penumbral?
Which is like a partial, I think.
No, I need that total, but
that's this year in September, so you can see a partial.
Okay.
The next total lunar eclipse in Ohio is expected in March of 25.
Next year?
Yeah.
Nice. What month?
March 14th.
March
14th. March
14th. What date on September?
18th.
Oh, 3 days before your boy's birthday. 3 days.
That's the penumbral, so you can get like a pregame.
Oh yeah, we're going pregame.
You can get a September pregame for
Heck
the March.
Yeah.
It's like Royal Rumble leading up to WrestleMania.
Yes.
There you go.
That's a great way to describe it. Yes. My man over here. What day is that? What?
Wonder if Moxley's is going to be there. Wonder if he'll have cleaned up a little bit. Does still look like me?
I hope so. If he don't, he's going to get fired.
Again.
We do have workplace, whatever. We do have a workplace outfit. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
September 18th is Wednesday.
Fire. So that's this year.
March 15th of 25 is a Saturday.
Saturday morning, right? Like early Saturday morning?
Probably. It's got to be when the moon's
or late Saturday night.
I don't know. The article just says the 15th. They won't know the time until it gets closer. But
well, if they mean the 15th, they would mean like AM, like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, probably 1 or 2. Okay, yeah. Somebody had the audacity to put father and son. Do you know that person?
I don't think so. Kuroko?
They put father and son.
Calm down, son.
All right, Dad, can I have some allowance? You cheap bastard. Oh, sorry for the language, by the way. But yeah, I hope you guys got to enjoy the solar eclipse. We did. It was cool. It was different. We don't that kind of stuff doesn't happen. You don't see that kind of stuff in your lifetime. To see totality though is a whole other animal because you don't really see that much. When is Europe getting theirs? 2028?
2026.
26. And then what was the 2028 thing? 4 years. Is that the next partial?
I think so.
Here?
Yeah.
Huh. We had a partial in 2017. 2017, 2018. Because I remember my dad made a contraption out of a cereal box. You made a contraption out of a cereal box.
You get a lot more partials than you do
fulls.
Yeah. So you can always get a chance most of the time, as long as the weather's good and you pay attention to internet, like when it's going to come up and things.
So is there a total solar eclipse happening at different intervals in the world? Like 2026, so I wonder what the next one would be after 2020 or 2028, 2026?
26 is the one in Europe.
That'd be cool. Did it say we're at Europe?
No, I didn't look that far deep into it because I'm probably not going to be in Europe.
You never know.
Unless we go on one of
cherry breaks
trips.
Ireland trips. That'd be dope.
Being in someplace like Ireland with like the fairy rings and stuff, having some whiskey. And
watching the eclipse. Well, that's a portal. You go into a whole nother reality at that point.
Isekai.
I don't know what that is.
No one does.
Why did you say it then?
I don't know. I thought you would because it's anime.
It's not what?
Isekai.
How about we don't? How about that?
It's the one term that I know and I'm not allowed to talk about it.
My God, the kind of disappointed the world didn't end. Of course he is. We know how he is.
He was hoping for that tornado the other day.
Yeah, he was. Very misanthropic as a person.
I tried to help.
No, very, very nihilistic, I should say.
Tried
not
to help.
misanthropic. How did you help?
I told him it was coming. I told him the tornado was coming. So,
well, the eclipse was cool. I liked it. I know probably a lot of people feel differently. I know a lot of people just weren't excited. I'm like, how are you not excited for like a once in a lifetime event? No, it's isekai is when a person gets transported from our world to a medieval fantasy world. What have you been watching?
What it is.
What have you been watching?
I haven't actually been watching it.
I feel like you've been watching something. What have you been watching?
know like a bunch of titles and things because I've listened to podcasts now.
Oh yeah, what do you listen to?
AI podcasts from presidents when they're talking about anime because it's funny to hear them talk about it. Even though it's actual real anime they're talking about, but it's in president voices.
Okay. No, that was a myth. They did not start starting back up during the eclipse. I kind of fell into that trap. I thought it was real too. I'm like, oh, okay. Vending machine anime. What is that?
What
is that?
Vending machine anime right there.
What is that, Mox?
It's the kind of stuff like it's.
You don't know. Don't.
No, it's like the dude goes through a portal, then he comes out the other side, and now he's in a monster world, and he's somehow more powerful than everybody else there for whatever reason.
My uncle.
That's
my uncle from what was it? My uncle something. That was a good anime though. They made an anime about a big machine, got isekai'd. Why am I not surprised?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about it either. You sure? You sure, Wild Thing?
Well, I mean, a lot of your harem animes are that way.
What are you doing with your life these days? Like, I haven't seen you in months, and this is the first thing. I'm learning about you now. Things that I didn't want to know.
The word sounds cool, isekai. So I was
Does it sound cool?
Yeah. So I looked it up, and that's what it is.
Isekai.
No, I can't say it with the accent.
That's why we don't do it. We don't do it here.
He doesn't have any accents.
He's blatant everywhere. My uncle from another. It was something like that. Yeah, it was cool though. I liked it. It was a cool little Netflix special. Have you watched The Three Body Problem yet? You have time, and you're watching stuff about presidents doing podcasts about isekai anime when you could be watching like a solid series about the Three Body Problem.
Good.
Why don't you? It's a good book.
How about The Acolyte? You excited about that?
The what? What is that?
Yeah, that's what everybody else says too.
What is it?
It's that Star Wars show that nobody's gonna like.
I don't. I'm excited for Junji Ito's Uzumaki.
Isn't that the person who did The Grudge?
No.
No.
Just take a break.
Okay. I'm I'm trying to connect things that you like.
No more cage matches. So, what would you give the solar eclipse on a if you had to rate it on a scale of like 1 to 10?
Compared to other great eclipses I've seen in my lifetime.
Just compared to other cool things you've seen in your life. And when I say cool, I mean things that kind of like blew your mind. Where does that rate for you?
I'd say probably at least a 4.5 out of 5.
We're doing out of 5 scales?
I'd just pick one.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to do more than that, we can
No, it's fine. I'd probably say 5. Because that's probably one of the coolest, if not the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I thought it was cool and I enjoyed it. I didn't like feel any sublime, like, oh man, this is great kind of things. But
it wasn't really meant to elicit.
That's probably more just me though. That's like
it didn't elicit things of like I've gained powers from Quetzalcoatl, the feather serpent god. No, I didn't do that. However, I did for a brief moment feel in awe, like, wow, this is a thing that is bigger than I am. And there's very few instances that I've had of that.
Because nothing's bigger than me.
And I know my ego was crazy big. Why my ego is crazy big?
Down at the gym.
I could be at the gym all the time. Ain't nothing bigger than me except the sun. But I'm about to get bigger. I'm about to hit these gains and get this bigger than the sun.
You gonna bro fist it?
Yeah, dang right, I'm gonna bro fist it. I'm gonna be tenting on the lawn. You know what it is. Yeah, it was cool to me. Like I said, I don't get the bitterness of people. I don't know how people were like.
Yeah, I don't think it was a waste of time at all. I mean, I'm glad I went down there.
I could have been doing way worse time wasting things.
I went down there like at 2 to make sure that we were going to be there to watch like every little increment because I wanted her to be able to see it too. Be like, okay, here's just a little sliver.
Yeah.
You can run around a little bit, play, and I'm going to call you over when there's more. Oh, look, more of it's covered up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just sat here on the front porch because we were perfect. We were right in line of totality, like perfectly in line, and that's something you'll never see again. All right, buddy. We'll see you later, man. Have a good one, Deadpool. We'll see you Friday. Make sure you're there. And that day you want it off, that's still we're gonna talk it over.
We're running it through HR.
I'm gonna talk it over with Mox over here, and we're gonna figure this thing out. But it was cool. Like the Eclipse was cool. Like there's only been another instance of like I every time I see something like naturey cool, that is a thing. But this was celestial cool. This is something that exists on a plane that we aren't even like able to fathom at times in our minds. So to me, yeah, it was a 5 out of 5. Totality for me was one of the coolest things ever. Just got dark. Neighbor street lights came on.
It got cold too. Like you could feel the temperature change because it was less of that sunlight.
They said it was going to drop by 10 degrees.
Yeah, it felt it.
Yeah,
it felt it.
It got chilly, and then it just switched over, and everything started getting warm again. I waited until it got pretty light out before because I wanted to see the change in light, and man, it started, and then it just got darker and darker. And then our neighborhood, like they were shooting off fireworks because why not? It's the eclipse, which is cool. It was cool. Like you could see the fireworks perfect as day because it was dark enough.
That last little bit kind of snuck up on you. Like it was getting kind of darker. You could kind of tell as you'd be watching the things in and you'd be like, all right, that's cool. And then you stop, look away and you'd be like,
it's darker.
That's a little darker.
Yeah.
It wouldn't seem like real dramatic.
No.
You'd just be like, it was just...
You noticed.
And then that last little bit, like the last minute or so, it just...
It was quick.
It was so dim. But it wasn't like pitch black either. It was like
no. It was about
twilight kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say if I had to put an estimate on the time that it would be here, about that time it'd probably be like if it's summertime, it'd be like 9:30. You still can see some remnants, and you can make out things pretty well. But once 10 o'clock hits, it's dark. But
my daughter was like, "It looks like
you're good.
It looks like a sunset because you can see the colors that you'd get from a sunset around the horizons."
Now,
she was really impressed by that part.
Now, Apple, she didn't get to see. I don't think she got to see totality because I don't think they were in the range of totality.
We were just like at the very edge of where it was supposed to be, and then any farther south, and it was like Southern Ohio didn't get as much of it, and
Akron did, and we're right in line. We were right in line with Akron. So when it happened and I saw totality, I was like, They were 90%. So not terrible.
Hmm.
Still not 100%.
90 is 100.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all got A's, we got A pluses.
A plus extra credit.
A plus extra credit, son. Yeah, it was beautiful. Like I've never it like I don't know. It made my brain do a thing because like it's like it's crazy because I had the glasses on and me and my son were sitting next to each other. We're watching it, and then he just kept saying totality because he heard it from me. He's like totality's gonna be here. It's gonna be totality. And then like totality happened. And we both looked up and you could see the ring around, or you could see the sunlight, the sunlight ring around, and it just was like, man. I don't know. 2444 will be the next time that Ohio has a totalitarian. So you can't fit it there. It doesn't work there. An eclipse in totality. 2044. 2444. 2444. 2444. 2444. By far one of the coolest things I think I've seen. And I've seen some cool things. The next up, though, I want to go to the mountains. That has been a bucket list of mine for years. I want to go to the mountains. In the mountains. Like in the mountains. And I want to see the mountains. Like on my thing there. My screensaver. Those mountains. Right there.
You gonna be like Darby?
Nah, he got a broken foot. He can't do that now.
You gotta take his place.
How did you know that?
Because I follow things.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't, but I pay attention.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, he broke his foot fighting the Young Bucks with Sting.
Yeah.
And I fell off that. Oh, the ladder, the glass.
It's real glass.
Unsafe. What's up, little beans? In the mountains, that's right. Oh, it's King Nerd Zeus. He didn't. I don't think most of you guys saw the eclipse, did you? Once again, Ohio. We
Prime
saw
real
it.
estate.
We saw it. 100% totality for us. Some of y'all got 90%.
That's what they get for doubting on my state now.
Some of y'all got 75%.
What?
Some of y'all got 65%.
What?
55%.
What?
45%.
What?
35%.
What?
25%. 15%. 5%. No percent.
What?
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold Eclipse said so. Yeah. He was working. I told the boss, if this would have happened on any time that I was working, I'd walk out. I'd have walked out and looked at it. I dare you to fire me. I dare you to fire me. I'm not missing a celestial event like that. I'm not gonna do that. No, it's great to see y'all too, man. I'm glad to see you. It's been a while, Beans. Beans working. Did y'all get the eclipse? Because I know, like, it was in a cross. Like, it went this way and it went this way.
Kind of.
Right?
It was.
So who else got it besides us?
It went up through.
New Hampshire had it.
Yeah.
I knew that much. I knew New Hampshire had it.
I can take a look at that.
He's gonna look. While I sit here and say, Ohio.
It's high in the middle and round on both ends.
High in the middle and round on. I will never forget that now. Now I will remember that until I'm aged. So I'm an old man. Little Beans, what have you been doing? I stood outside for the whole last hour while I was at work. My job does not depend on anyone else sometimes. I just gaze in the distance and walk outside. That's nice. I don't do that. It depends on me 100%. It's nice.
You could see it in parts of Mexico.
Okay.
Up through central Texas.
Yeah, I knew that because there's some people I know in Texas. They were able to see it.
Indiana, southern Indiana.
I knew that because I forget his last name. Mark, the artist. He did a thing for it. It was cool, it was legit.
Let's see.
You did do extra work too. You did a lot of extra work.
Buffalo, New York.
Oh, Buffalo.
That's the only real part of New York that got to see it. Yeah, and that's most of it. I don't remember what that state is in there. I don't know.
Wasn't New Hampshire part of that?
The very tip. They don't have everything labeled.
Oh, okay.
Like I always get some of the Northeast states confused and some of these Midwest states.
Coolest thing
Michigan,
I've ever
maybe.
seen. I got to see it with my son too, and that mattered more to me than anything else, because he'll be able to take that memory with him when I'm long gone. He'll be like, "Yeah, me and my pop saw the eclipse of 2024." When he's my age and has kids, he can tell them, "Yeah, got to see it with Grandpa, and it was bananas." He might use bananas. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to use bananas. Like, he doesn't have to use my vernacular. He can use his own vernacular, whatever the hip kids are saying in 20. So let me see. That'll be the next around that time. Yeah. So it'll be some time. I don't want to date myself, even though I love myself. I don't want to date myself. It was cool. Like I said, it was one of the coolest things I think I've seen. Just that celestial movement from one end of the world to the other. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't have been working. It would not. That would not have been me. But I get it. So, did the rest of the United States have a partial eclipse?
Some places did.
So, some places didn't have nothing at all.
Yeah, some places got nothing. Like you couldn't see it.
That's crazy.
Like,
That's so
as
crazy.
you got farther away from the line and from the curve of the line, you saw bits farther and farther out. And
that's nuts. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. I'm not thinking there's 2 extra super secret planets that are orbiting.
There was the comet, though.
Yeah, did anybody see that?
I don't think so. Because they didn't make a big deal out of it. Nobody, it was one of those things that you would maybe, potentially, if you had the telescope at just the right time, most people were looking at the eclipse.
Yeah, and
I'm sure
get that.
Somebody saw the comet, but
because I would have been looking at the eclipse too. You can see comets. You can.
And
see
the comet
comets.
was more notable just because of what it was called. Like it had a reputation because of how it looked. Like when it as it traveled, it had the appearance of having like a devil horn kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So they called it the devil comet. But it wasn't actually it wasn't one of those prophetic comets.
The amount of people that went absolutely bonkers for this solar eclipse was crazy. The theories that I saw, so I just added to my own. I said Quetzalcoatl's coming through that port. He's going to get everybody. So don't think you're immune. So that's it. You got anything else you want to tell the people? While you're over there web surfing?
I was looking for more info.
You looking for your next match?
Well, yeah.
Mox?
I'm going to watch some Isekai one.
Okay, we're not doing that again. We did that already. You got anything to tell the people?
No.
I don't either. We'll see you guys Friday for an episode of this Uncanny Earth. We'll be talking about labyrinths. So please, labyrinths may be mazes. So please watch that. Subscribe to our channels. We have multiple. We're spread across the entire internet. So you can go on your internet devices, your cell phones, your computers, your Samsung fridges.
Your built-in tablets in your newest vehicle.
Your built-in tablet vehicles. And subscribe. So how cool would that be? You can be like, yeah, tell your friends, let's subscribe to those guys in my car. That'd be cool. Then you send us a video of you subscribing to us, and maybe we'll send you a t-shirt.
While Cars plays in the background.
I would send you a t-shirt.
While you're watching the Disney movie Cars.
While the song Cars plays in the background from the band. But no, the band did not have a song. You have to have the Cars playing, but then you have to have Gary Newman's Here in My Car.
Cars covering the song by Gary Newman would be a
there
crazy sort of a cover there.
That'd be
now I've got that living rent-free in my head.
It will live rent-free in his head for a long time. Anyways, guys, good to see you guys. We'll be back Friday. This was like a spontaneous thing. We just kind of got together. It's been a long time coming. We haven't really been around for a while. We've all been going through our own trials and tribulations, mental hardships, physical hardships, just trying to get by the best we can. But we're going to make it. We're going to pull through. We always do. Anyways, guys, until then, why be boring when you can be uncanny? We will see you folks next week.